Oh, I forgot in the last two videos I just made, I forgot to say, I was beginning to say if we want to create our own gravitational fields, right? Because if we create a gravity field, which is what electric motors do, right? They're creating a gravity field. But I think if you amplify that up to a higher level, that I think frequency and greater potential, greater voltage, much, much higher, that we can actually create a gravitational field. And you can also do that by just spinning magnets, right? Study the John Searle system, and it doesn't have to be an exact replication of his system, because his system looks very specialized and very expensive to make. It looks like it is. But remember that John originally made a very crude system, just kind of thrown together with things available around the house. And he made a system that made its own gravitational field and went right through the roof. It had the force and the power to go through the ceiling and blast a hole through the roof and went straight up into space when he overloaded it, right? When he overloaded the gravity field generator. Now I'm looking at this this gravity field generator right here, G field generator, right? And I'm thinking, if this is running, if the system's moving, right, if it's spinning, this has to be non-ferrous metal. These are ferrous metals. These are coils connected together. And these two, south and north, are pulsing from this side at the same time when this thing spins, right? And then on this side, it's the opposite of this. And that's a north and a south. Now this does remind me of the Wimshurst machine, right? Because the Wimshurst machine has two counter-rotating plates, and it's being collected on both sides, right? On both sides at the same time. So on this side, it's collecting those two opposite counter-rotating. It's on this side, right? So we have two plates counter-rotating, and then on this side, we're collecting from both sides, opposites, right, at the same time. And then on this side, we're collecting again on opposites. And what do we have on this side? We have this sphere, right, which the spark will go between these two, right, up to 8 inches on this machine, which is 260,000 to 600,000 volts. And that's lightning right there. And what happens is we collect on both sides of this, right? This is counter-rotating. I'll show you what it does. Look at the counter-rotation. See this? So this collects on both sides here just by entering that field, right? It's not touching. It just gets close to the field, see? It's not touching that. See the space? That's 3/8 of an inch right there between this and this. Now these touch. Those soft brushes touch there. And that's what I recommend using if you have a Wimshurst machine. Change the brushes, because the metal will scratch these up and just tear it up. Because the one I bought on Amazon, I think it was around $200 approximately, and the prices change. They can go up and down. But they have like these brushes here, and they're wire. It's like wire metal, and it's just tearing this up. So I would recommend to the companies that are educational companies to please switch to this material, or allow it to be an upgrade so it's not self-destructing itself, right, when you use it. So these two discs are counter-rotating. Now, and there's a capacitor here. See the capacitor? Now how does the capacitor work? So the capacitor, this is connected in here, right? It goes here and down. That goes down into the BBs, right? There's copper around here, and it looks like those were copper BBs as well. I think all that's copper. And then there's a metal plate on the bottom. So this plastic is between this metal and this metal, right? There's a plastic there, so it acts as a capacitor again. And then we have the same thing over here. So this side has the part going there, and then we have the plastic separating this metal from this. And then there's a wire that runs underneath this that goes across and connects this metal plate to that metal plate. And I think of this when I see the G-field generator. And I also think of the Methernitha testatica. And there's a community that made a machine that said when they said that they invite the world to mature up to a point where they can teach us how to use their technology. And I think that time has come quite long ago, because what happened was they allowed for the making of a documentary on their system which shows every single part. Even though the narrator's saying it's a secret and they're not going to share it, I think that they did share it by showing everything that's there. What else do you need? If they're showing you all the parts, then we can replicate it, right? And I think what's happening is, I think the Methernitha testatica, I think it's oscillating. It's just creating an oscillation, and they're using that oscillation because it looks like their brushes don't even touch. I don't think their collectors touch anything. I don't know. They could be, but I see collectors like, it looks like there's something here. There's here, 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 and they're big. They're like perforated aluminum, and which just makes more surface area for the environment. And I think that oscillation of these two I'll call it two infinities, right? These two counter-rotating plates that are interacting with the 0-point field. That's the way I see this. These oscillations, these simultaneous oscillations, right? Think of the G-field generator, John Bedini, right? Are oscillating the magnets in such a way, and the people, the gentleman, the group that made the Mathernitha Testatica wanted to make it without using any special circuitry or any, I think it's called IC chips, like none of that in there. Everything is kept very, very simple, right? If I understand correctly, please confirm that for yourself. There's a 27-minute documentary of the Mathernitha Testatica, and I do have a playlist of that, unless it's been deleted, because sometimes playlists get deleted. I don't delete anything on the channel. I don't delete playlists and things unless they're empty. If videos get deleted, sometimes I still leave the playlist blank because there's information there. I'll like write notes on it, so I just leave that, and that's still helpful. There was a playlist that all the videos got deleted. It was Civilizations Within the Earth, right? And I had all kinds of videos linked in there about research for that, for about like ancient civilizations that live inside our planet. And it's just, you can call it thought experiments. And it was a lot of research though, lots of documentaries and videos. And all those videos got deleted off YouTube. So now I still have the playlist called, I don't know if that got deleted as well, actually, at this point in time, but it said Civilizations Within the Earth, right? And it's not about proving it, it's just ideas, it's thoughts, it's stories, it's possibilities, right? I mean, we can move inside the planet. I think the military is already inside the planet, right there. We already know they're inside mountains and deep bases underground and stuff. But it would be nice to be able to have tours of that as the public, right? Since the public does pay for all that anyway. So let's see. Going back to this, I think we're oscillating the magnets, and the magnets. Think of Don Smith, right? Don Smith, like the rotating separator coil. That's using magnets, right? That's using magnets to pump energy from the 0-point field, or the Dirac sea, right? The infinite sea of electrons, right? Dirac is a Nobel Prize winner, researcher, right? Research scientist. This man knew what he was talking about, and the energy said to flow in from the Bloch wall. Oh, what am I trying to say? Wait, is it Dirac? I'm getting the name mixed up. Sorry, I'm thinking of the Bloch wall on the magnets. That's why I always say confirm this for yourself. I will make mistakes. I have to look up Dirac again. Dirac. I don't recall if Dirac was a Nobel Prize winner or not. I think the Bloch wall, the gentleman that researched that has that research of the Bloch wall in a magnet, it's the center point, right between the north and the south. It's that center point, and it's said that point can just flow energy in when you pump the